Hello and welcome to another episode of Psych and Sex Sundays with Dr. Sonya Maya. That is me. This is a channel where we talk about smegs education, spicy time, relationships, and psychology. And today I want to talk about what do you do if your partner isn't comfortable with you using smegs toys, spicy toys. I want to spice things up. I want to use a vibe and they are not comfortable with it. Typically, this is something that is more problematic among heterosexual couples, where a woman might be interested in exploring her body and her partner gets insecure. Are you going to replace me with a toy? That kind of thing. And of course, it can happen in any type of relationship, whether it's a man and a woman, woman and woman.
It's not enough, or it's not good enough.
Man and man, etc., etc., etc. Right? It could even happen in non-monogamous relationships, ethical non-monogamy. And it can be a bit understandable in the sense that, okay, I don't want you to replace me with a toy. I want to talk about 3 tips or 3 considerations for this type of conundrum. And don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment below, and turn on that bell notifications. You always get notified when I post new videos about getting clitorate. The first consideration that I would want to make is if it feels comfortable and accessible, educate your partner. Let's learn together. I want to spice things up. Let's, do some research and watch videos of clinicians like Dr. Sonya Maya, Dr. Ruth, Esther Perel, Dr. Tammy Nelson, my supervisor, watching people that know the clinical research about spicing things up, because there is nothing wrong with adding a vibe to the bedroom.
Never thought I would be doing something like this, ever.
If you didn't already know, and if you don't watch a bunch of my videos, you might not know this, right? But I'm hoping this can be common knowledge. The clitoris for a female or a vulva owner is the biological equivalent of a peen for a male.
Do you want the grand tour?
Yes, please.
Great. Okay. Up top, this is the clitoris. It is where the party happens.
What do you mean by party?
Oh gosh, have you ever been electrocuted, but in a good way?
No.
Okay, it's a very important spot.
Oh.
This is the urethra. That's where the pee comes out.
Oh, I didn't know there was a second hole.
Well, there's 3 if you count Uranus.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, me neither. She's an asshole.
The clitoris has over 10,000 nerve endings. It can cause firework-like pleasure, okay? And a really great way to stimulate your clitoris is with a vibrator. You could do it on your own or with a partner. The problem with penetrative sex, what we actually refer to as sex, even though sex can mean so many things, is that it focuses on penetration. There isn't much clitoral stimulation that goes along with that, okay? Let's be real. But, there can definitely be a lot more clitoral stimulation if you add a vibe, And you know what? We need that. The clitoris is the only organ that is created solely for the purpose of pleasure. So why not add something to spice that up a little bit? Okay. Consideration number 2, we can use it as part of the play. That means together. It is not something that is going to replace the individual. You cannot replace human connection with a toy. You can spice up human connection with a toy, better for both worlds. If it's a vibe we're talking about, then the individual who is penetrating the vajayjay, if that's what you're doing, they might actually get some extra stimulation as well from the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like using lubricant. The idea of using a vibrator and using lubricant should not be seen as separate. One shouldn't be more stigmatized than the other. They shouldn't be stigmatized in the first place. These are just things that are available out there to help you spice things up and increase that pleasure. But in general, no, it can't replace. Let your partner know this toy is not going to replace you. It could be a nice addition, okay? And the toy can't lick like you do. Okay, maybe some can. Maybe some can. You don't have to tell them that. Those rose clit sucking vibes are just... oh my God, they are nice. I can't even lie. But can they replace certain things? I don't think so. Okay. There is this sex position / technique that I have come up with called the triple threat, where if you take a bullet vibrator and you put it on your clitoris, while you are getting stimulated by your partner, while they are licking you and fingering you with these 2 fingers right here. So you have 3 things. You have the vibe from the clitoris, you have the penetration from the fingers, and you have the lickety lick of the tongue. It is a very explosive orgasm. I highly, highly recommend and you can let your partner know. Dr. Sonya Maya was talking about the triple threat. I want to try that. What do you think? Because I'm not replacing you. We need your fingers and tongue to make this work, okay? Consideration number 3 is that using a vibe or toys in general can actually help with enjoying or being able to bear and take some positions. For example, doggy style. Let's be real. It could be so much fun. It could be so much pleasure, but it could also be really fucking painful, okay? You know, face down, ass up. Okay, fine. You try it. Just kidding. It's fun. It's fun. But like without clitoral stimulation, that shit can hurt, especially if it's like a very large peen or a very large dildo or a toy. You know what I'm saying? So how do we make it not hurt? Stimulate the clitoris. There's something about that stimulation of the clitoris that can really help offset the pain. That part of your brain responsible for pleasure, very much associated with that part of the brain that's responsible for pain. You can offset pain with pleasure. So if your partner is having a hard time with you using a sex toy, let them know. You like doggy style? You like that one position from the side where it hits it a bit too deep for me to be, Let's extend the foreplay. And let's add a vibe to the bedroom and see, am I able to take a certain position better? You know, the one position too where, let's say the vulva owner is lying down and the peen owner is doing missionary, but he picks up her legs and puts her legs on his shoulders, or, you know, whatever pronouns they have, shoulders. That could be a really deep position because of the angle you're getting. Is that painful? Okay. Take a little vibe. Take a certain type of vibrator. Take a vibrator that has a handle and it vibes on the top and add that in there. See if that helps. You might actually have the most explosive, amazing orgasm just from adding that vibe. So yes, I hope that after this video, you understand that adding a vibe or adding a sex toy can be so pleasurable for not only you, but your partner too. It can be hard to have these conversations, especially if you're dating somebody or having sex with somebody that doesn't have this knowledge. Someone who has unfortunately been influenced by problematic stigmatization from society. But I'm here to decrease that stigmatization. I'm going to continue sharing everything that I've learned from research about sex. I'm working with clients who have sexual issues. I'm so excited to be a therapist that specializes in sex because they are so needed. We don't have enough sex therapists in the world. It's a problem. But here I am posting every Sunday, Psych and Sex Sundays with Dr. Sonya Maya. I do ask that you please hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn on those bell notifications. I will be posting weekly more about spicy time, relationships, and psychology. Stay tuned for another video. Love you guys. Bye.
Also, please follow me on Instagram at Sonya Maya. Follow me on TikTok, Sonya_Maya, and make pleasurable decisions because you deserve it. See you next week.